Hey, what's up, everybody? Pat here, grateful recovering alcoholic and addict, just like every day, my friends. How is everybody? Guys, just a reminder, please hit the subscribe button, like the video, leave me a comment, and more than anything else, thank you so much for being here with me today. Another beautiful day, guys. Fridays I schedule. Well, really, I don't schedule any work. I do a lot of meetings, and I meet with my therapist on Friday. Today was a beautiful day to actually have a couple outside Zoom meetings out at Fresh Pond, and yeah. So anyway, hope everybody's doing well. Thank you all for being here with me, taking time out of your day to watch my videos. Yeah, really appreciate you. So today, guys, we're going to talk about rock bottom. It's something that came up in one of my meetings I was in today. Right? Everybody talks about rock bottom as being, they look at it as the lowest point, and of course that's what you want to look at it as. But you need to change your perception, right? I look at my rock bottom as the best day, the best place I've been to, because it's the place I surrendered, right? I finally had enough. And I've been through many rock bottoms in my life, and the one that changed my life this time around was nowhere near as bad as it was about to get, because I stopped digging. And that's the thing you got to remember, guys. You choose your rock bottom, because things can always get worse if you don't make a change, if you don't decide to put some effort into making your life. And honestly, the fastest way to surrender and get out of the fastest way to start digging yourself out of your rock bottom is to surrender to God, your higher powers, universe, spirit, whatever you choose to call it, right? I call mine God. That's who he is to me. But again, I like to impress upon you guys that we need to be more accepting of each other's belief systems, right? Because at the end of the day, guys, as long as it's loving, positive, it keeps you in line, keeps you treating others better, and you're not using it to hold against saying yours is better than somebody else's and going to war and killing people over it, then good for you. You got the right idea, okay? Whatever your belief is right for you, then fantastic. I'm 100% behind it. But, guys, a couple of truths about rock bottom, okay? One, we determine our rock bottom. I determined this time around that I had had enough, right? I had started to pray, and I had started to ask God for help, and God started throwing me some life rafts. And for once in my life, I had that foresight to actually grab on. And again, it was because I'd started praying consistently every day. It felt good to pray, and every day I wanted a little bit better. I wanted to get better a little bit more, right? And like I said, it went from a dull whisper to a scream and roar that I was sitting here. And again, I don't like to get descriptive, and I don't like to live in the past, but I was still working. I still had access to the drugs that I needed to get through the day, and I actually had a whole bunch of drugs sitting in front of me. And I finally just literally just refused to go get more, and tried to detox at home, and I talked about that. It didn't work. I needed help, so I got into a program. But I decided that phone call from my landlord saying, listen, either go into rehab or I'm going to have to evict you, that was my rock bottom this time. And that was my real rock bottom, because that was the place I surrendered. I laid it down and said, you know what, anything I think is important right now is not. The only thing that's important is that I find myself, my sanity, my health, like my ability to live a life. And guys, it's funny. I was literally in tears in the car on the way to rehab, because I'm like sitting there trying to get clear, going, well, what do I even care about? What's my life gonna look like sober? Because I couldn't even begin to imagine it, guys. I'd been that screwed up for that long that I'd given up any hope, any real control over my life, or any desire to have control over the outcome, because I just literally had felt run over by life for so long, and it's terrible. And I only even bring this up because to show you where I've come from, and to let you know, if you're feeling that way, that there is a way out, guys. There is absolutely a way out. Surrender your burdens to God. Ask for help. Ask God for help. Ask God for his path for you. Seek and you shall find, but come from the heart. Mean it, right? Mean it with every bit of your soul. Want better for yourself, because there's so much better out there, guys. And he will redeem you, as I've talked about, right? So the second truth, when you surrender, your rock bottom becomes the point at which you start to live your best life. And that's literally what I'm doing today, guys. I do these videos because every day I'm in shock, I'm in awe, and I'm full of gratitude. Literally, guys, I pray throughout the day, and I'm not saying you have to do that. That is my choice. That is my personal way I center myself. I also found meditation. I found meditation to be incredibly powerful tool. But again, I understand that's not for everybody, because I tried so many times before, and I just didn't get the whole meditation thing. And until you start to heal a little bit. And until you start to learn to be able to sit with yourself and sit with your thoughts, then you can get into meditation. So I think meditation is a good second step, or a little bit further after getting help. But prayer is immediate, guys. Prayer is just a signal to the universe that you give a shit, that you appreciate what you have, that you know there's something better for you, and then you start to get that better. You start to get clarity, you start to get strength, you start to get support, and it's all from within. That's the thing, guys. We spend so much of our time looking for external validation. Everything you need is within, and I thought I needed so much external, right, to change. And my external has changed dramatically, but it's changed dramatically because I've changed from within. I allowed God into my life, right? And I think it's because my heart stayed pure for so long. I've literally always been a very special person in so much as that I've literally just always had a kind, caring, compassionate way about me. And somehow the worse things got, the more compassion I had for others, because I just didn't want to perpetuate, suffering. Like, I can't stand to see anybody suffer, and today myself included, because I had literally had accepted that my life was just going to be suffering, and that was my lot in life, and that's insane. That's absolutely crazy. I'm so incredibly thankful that that's not my case anymore. I've slowly come to understand just how much power I have. And it's power over myself. I'm not looking to wield power over any other person, any other human being. But I'm being given power to control the outcome of my life from God. And that's fucking absolutely beautiful, guys. So literally, man, embrace your rock bottom, right? If you're suffering, and if you're in a bad way, and if you're in addiction, let today be your rock bottom. It doesn't have to be some catastrophe. And that was the thing with me before, guys. I only ever made changes when literally I burned things into the ground, when I got thrown in jail, when I lost, when I got thrown, and even just being thrown out. Literally, guys, up until this time, it was only when I went to jail. I gotta be honest with you. I literally had been thrown out and spent 3.5 years homeless, and that wasn't enough to let me consider that a rock bottom. It wasn't until I got into jail and I was able to, and the reason I say so is because once I got into jail, I was forced to get off the drugs. And all of a sudden, I would get clear with my head and realize, what are you doing? You're so much better than this. And I'd get out and I'd want to do better. But again, I never found faith. I never asked God into my life. I never allowed God to work with me or to help me or to point me in the right direction, right? And this time I did. That is literally the difference, guys. And prior attempts, I never really, I was just taking it one day at a time, like they say. And today I am as well, right? But now today I'm actually being present in the moment. I'm being present in my life. And I'm looking at every day as the present that it is. Because that's what it is, guys. This life is a gift. And when you live hand in hand with the divine, hand in hand with God, you start to see that every day is a gift. Every breath you take is a gift. And there's nothing but beauty around you. And every lesson, every challenge that you face, every challenge I face today, I understand is an opportunity for me to learn what it is that I'm lacking and then move on to a better place from that. But until I make the right decisions and learn the lessons that I need to learn from the challenges that I face, they're going to keep repeating themselves. And I'm literally, guys, I'm 52 years old. I'm 51 years old. I'll be 51 too soon, next month. And I've literally, you've seen my testimony, and that's only a fraction of it, guys. I've been through hell over and over and over again because I wasn't taking the lessons that I needed to take from it and applying them to my life. And today I am. And it's just going by, growing by leaps and bounds. Like, it's mind-boggling what is happening in my life, and it's mind-bogglingly good. Like, I'm so incredibly grateful and blessed and just honored to be able to live the life that I'm leading today, knowing that it's only getting better, and it's getting better by the day. It's not, it's not like overnight, miracles, but it is miracles in the way that my brain works, the way my heart works, right? That the things that I thought mattered no longer matter, and the things that I didn't think mattered are of huge importance. And they're all things that make me feel better about who I am, and that's absolutely amazing, guys. I literally went from somebody that was so full of self-hate to being absolutely in love with myself. Like I'm by myself in life for the moment because I'm still working on me and I'm getting healed. And you know what? When it's time, I'll find the right person. And that's the thing, guys. Today it's going to be the right person. It's going to be somebody that is along the journey with me, and somebody that's going to truly see who I am and love me for who I am. And nobody should ever settle for less. And you know, whatever, that's a whole nother story. We're not even going there. But anyway, today I know who I am, I know what I'm about, and I know what I want, or at least I'm starting to, right? And I know it's to help other people, and it's to become somebody that other people can look up to, and it's to lead a life that leads by example of other people wanting to live the way I live, to get what I have, to have the peace of mind, and to have the power that I have. And every one of you can. If you don't already, then by all means, you absolutely can. Just do the work. It's not everything I'm doing is profound and yet simple at the same time, guys. It's just a matter of putting one foot in front of the other. When you realize that you have an obstacle, right, go inside and find out what it is. Because there's nothing external in your life that is not controlled by your mind. Your mind is an amazingly powerful thing. My entire reality has shifted, and now my external world is shifting to catch up with my internal reality because I've made the work of myself. And again, it's not something I do on my own. I tried my whole life. I failed every single time. Today, I win at every single thing I go into because I've got the right mindset, and I'm surrendered to God, and I come from a place of wanting to make the best decisions for all, right? To not oppress anybody, to help anybody that's being oppressed, to be somebody that people look up to and want to be around, right? And it's amazing, guys. It really is. All right, so, but again, it all started with rock bottom, right? And it's funny, like I was mulling it over, and I'm like, yeah, man, like thank God I picked my rock bottom this time, and I don't know, it was just because I knew there was better for me, right? But the bottom line is, guys, let today be your rock bottom. It doesn't have to get worse, but you have to take control. And it starts with aligning yourself with your higher power. I'm telling you, it is the most powerful force in the world. The universe did not get here randomly, right? And I honestly believed, I honestly thought that at one point. I'm like, there's no way, guys. That the way everything works together in conjunction, everything feeds off each other. And that's what we got to start understanding as a species, that everything is an interconnectedness, and we all have to start working together. The fact that there's so much war and oppression and devastation and terror, it's insane. Until we get over that, guys, we're never going to get anywhere. But once we come together and coalesce and understand that we are all interconnected and we work together, there's literally nothing that we can't accomplish. But again, if you're out, if you're suffering, if you're not leading the life that you want, let today be your rock bottom, because rock bottom will end up being the most beautiful place in the world. Rock bottom is now the place that I look back to see where I'm at, to gauge how I'm doing today. And every single time I'm absolutely overcome with emotion because I understand the opportunities that I'm being given today, and it's because I'm allowing them in my life. I'm coming at life from a place of love, like literally, guys. I have no animosity. I have no fear. I have no anxiety. I'm not concerned. I mean, I occasionally concerned that I make a wrong move or something because I want the absolute best, and there's no limit on where I'm putting no limits on how far I can go in life at this point, because the only limits we have are those that are self-imposed or imposed by somebody else and oppressing us. And if they are, you got to shed those people. You got to have this. You got to have the strength and the foresight to see what is not for your highest good, and you got to have the balls to cut it out of your life, whatever it may be. Like, I was aligned with people over the years that were great people, but if they weren't for me, it wasn't right, and I wish all of them well, and maybe, whatever. Anyway, guys, rock bottom. I'm starting to go way off on left field. I'm not going to go there today. Rock bottom is now the place of beauty today, because it literally was the day that I was reborn in God, and this is the most powerful version of me that has ever walked this earth. It's the only version of me that I've ever been happy with, and I'm constantly challenging myself to be even better, because knowing I've only scratched the surface of what I'm capable of, but I'm gonna see how far I can take this. And the only way it's going to continue to grow is if I continue to put God first, put humanity second, and then me third. But at the same time, I'm also demanding that I get what I need, because I can only do good for others if I'm satisfying the needs of myself. And the more I pour into myself, the more I have overflow to bring out into this world and bring beauty into this world. And that's what it's all about for me today, guys. Rock bottom will be the place that you base your future testimony on, how far you have come and what you have overcome and how strong you are and how resilient you are and how capable you are. If you allow today to be your rock bottom, if you stop digging, you don't get deeper in the hole, guys. You start climbing out. And when you align yourself with God, He will pull you out. He will literally surround you with a team of angels, guys. That literally, my life is walking testimony that this is true. Every situation I go into, that I mean, all these things that I used to fight with and just never, like literally, I just accepted that good things don't happen to me. Now nothing but good things happen to me. I win in every situation because I'm not coming from a place of ego where I'm trying to, make myself something that I'm not. I'm literally just figuring out who exactly I am, what my strengths are, and I'm pouring into those so that I can pour out to the rest of the world a quality person, a quality product, coming from a place of love for everybody and not wanting to see anybody suffer and willing to stand up to the underdog and back that which I believe in. Because guys, if you believe in nothing, you fall for everything, and I won't fall for anything today. Guys, thank you so much. I think that's about enough for today. Thank you so much for being here, guys. God loves you. I love you. Help each other out. Love your brothers and sisters, which is all of us. Let's make this world a better place. Be safe. We'll see you in the next one. Thank you.